Mechanical digestion occurs when the teeth breaks down a food particle along with chemical digestion of the salivary amylase from the salivary glands. The amylase breaks polysaccharides into smaller ones or maltose. The tongue forms a bolus and pushes it to the back of the oral cavity to the pharynx, then past the epiglottis into the esophagus. Peristalsis, due to smooth muscles of the esophagus, pushes the bolus into the stomach. Gastric juice, secreted from the stomach and stimulated by the hormone gastrin, is composed of a highly acidic HCl. This denatures proteins ingested, which makes them susceptible to pepsin, which breaks proteins into smaller polypeptides. Perigal cells secrete hydrogen and chloride ions, which make HCl. Chief cells release pepsinogen, inactive of pepsin, which becomes active by HCl by exposing its active site. Pepsin can also activate itself in the same process. The gastric juices churn thick food into chyme through mechanical digestion. The chyme passes through the first part of the small intestine, duodenum. In the duodenum, chyme mixes with the digestive juices from the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. The pancreas produces hydrolytic enzymes such as trypsin, azymogen, and chymotrypsin, which break down polypeptides into smaller ones, while aminopeptidase and carbozipeptidase break them down into amino acids. The pancreas secretes pancreatic amylase into the small intestine, which break down polysaccharides into disaccharides. Nucleases break down DNA and RNA into nucleotides. The liver produces bile made of bile salts, which emulsify fat globules into fatty acid. The bile is stored in the gallbladder. The epithelium of the small intestine houses the brushborder cells, which include villi and microvilli, which absorb nutrients into epithelial cells and increases the surface area of the small intestine. This is where disaccharidases break down disaccharides into monosaccharides. Dipeptidases break small polypeptides into amino acid. Nucleotidases break down nucleotides into nucleosides, and nucleosidases break these down into nitrogenous bases, sugars, and phosphates. The small intestine connects to the large intestine at a T-shaped junction, the cecum and the colon. The cecum is important in digesting cellulose and is where the appendix, a vestigial organ, stems from. The colon is used to recover water in the large intestine. The byproduct is feces, which moves to the rectum where it is stored until eliminated from the anus.